Mark and Nellie Angel with, what? Did I interrupt you?
No.
I don't care. Mark and Nellie Angel are here, and you are here to talk about a fundraiser that's coming up.
Yes.
Real quickly.
This is our third annual Spring Fling. We thank you guys for having us back out.
Certainly, we're glad to have you.
We're glad to be able to come out here and help promote our cause.
Which is?
Touched by an Angel Community Giving Program. It's a nonprofit that we've started, I think it was 5 years ago. And it's our way of giving something back to the community. We assist families that are having hardships due to medical needs, as like cancer or a long-term illness. We kind of step in and give a hand up instead of just giving a hand out. You know, we'll help with funds to get to and from Little Rock or stay the night down there. And then we have other things that we do during the winter, during Christmas time, that helps families.
Now, your first fundraising experience, what was that for? I mean, there had to be a catalyst there to make you want to start raising funds.
Well, we found this little boy that had a tumor in his face, and was 5 years old at that time. He's had 2 tumors removed out of his face, and it's a rare cancer that they don't know much about. And they're still having problems with him now. They still say that there's a cancer that's come back to the other side, and there's no prognosis on what it could be.
Yeah.
And he's a local boy here, and that kind of made us, think, hey, we need to do something.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple of area people in Newton County that we had noticed they had cancer. The parents did, and they were single parents, and so we helped send them out on movie theaters, to places in Branson, out to eat, things like that, to build a memory, before something happened.
Yeah.
And shortly after we did that, both families lost the person with cancer and left the children there, but they were able to build a memory. And we thought that's something that,
So that was a good experience
it was
for you.
something that made us really hit home, and it was kind of like, this is what we need to do.
Right. Instead of not doing anything, you wanted to do something positive.
We wanted to do something to help. And we noticed in the area, there was not a community program like that in the area. People had told us, hey, that's a great idea, but how do you go about doing it, And we just started calling Branson, Eureka Springs, Hot Springs, places, and asked. We had a lot of no's before we got yeses on things, and now we've got so many donors and sponsors this year that it's just built up, and we've got regulars now that help every year so far.
So now it's an annual event.
Yes, it's an annual
and if
event.
I can mention some of our sponsors.
Sure.
We've had sponsors step in with cash donation to help cover some of our expenses to put on the show. Guitar Smiths, Asylum Tattoos, Harrison Battery and Tire jumped in this year. Charlie over at Posters and More has been a great help. And Mike Hudson has done, with Got Sound Production, has done a phenomenal job for the last 2 years doing our sound for the event. And I have to give them a shout out, because without them, that's part of what makes this happen.
Yeah.
You have to have the volunteers and the funding to be able to continue this whole
Right. We have people anywhere from Kawasaki to Cavender's, like this nice basket that
That's
Cavender's has
that
donated.
you can bid on.
We have
the
a live
auction
auction
items.
that's going to start at 6:30 Saturday, in between the bands. We've got 5 bands that are going to be out there, but at 6:30 we're going to have a live auction. We've got better than a dozen items. The Cavender's basket is one of them. That's over $100 value. There's 40 pounds of Cavender's sitting there, or almost 5 pounds of Cavender's sitting there. It's a great basket.
Mistler's donated a rocking chair. We've got tickets like to the Basin Park Hotel in Eureka Springs. We've got tickets to all over Branson theaters and things like that, on top of like Ashley's Music donating gift certificates to Pepsi and drinks and things like that. So, I mean, Harrison and Eureka Springs and Branson has really been good this year,
community
helping
support.
out.
Yeah.
Nice support.
You've had this event in Jasper. Where's it going to be at this year?
Harrison Park.
Harrison Park,
okay.
And the first band will start at 11. That'll be...
Okay, go ahead. I wanted you to mention the bands.
That'll
I
be
don't have
Alan
one, but-
Woodfield and Mark Jones. And then at 1 o'clock we have the C, which is a group. They originated from South Africa. They do African drumming. They
Okay.
were raised there, and it's a whole family. D's and Friends, that's Christopher D's from Roosters. 3 beers for breakfast, and then Crimson Within, which we have
Which
today.
we have in the studio today. So wonderful.
Now let's talk about how do you get a hold of these? I know you guys are involved in music,
Right.
And you're in contact with a lot of groups.
Right.
You just say you call them out and say we want
We
you to
just
be
call
involved.
them and ask them, hey, would you like to volunteer your time for a good cause? We tell them, what we do. We give them our letterhead, tell them what we've done in the past and everything. And we've got several people, that will tell us, well, I can't afford it, it's a distance. And others that are glad to help and be, get that notoriety out there and everything. So,
You bet.
and we try to do local bands first to try and
Yeah.
boost them a little bit first. So.
Well, this event's going to be taking place again. Tell us when.
This Saturday, May 5th, down at Harrison Park. First band goes on at 11. We'll be there, probably be set up and ready to go. 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'll have music going off on the stage. We've got about 15 vendors, I think it is, that are going to be out there
that's nice.
selling
Good
their
deal.
wares. We've got a food vendor that's going to have, I think it's barbecue.
Funnel cakes.
And funnel cakes.
You're going to have beautiful weather.
Yes, it's going to be
And
gorgeous.
you can come and you won't need to leave because they're going to have food.
I've made a
entertainment.
personal deal with the guy upstairs. We've reserved the first weekend in May to do this event. We decided that we're not going to switch around. We're just going to plan it the first weekend in May, and I made a deal that we get good weather. And so far it's worked out. Last 3 years we've had a phenomenal output from the community. Weather's cooperated, and we enjoy ourselves. It's a long day, but
I'm sure.
well worth it.
Well, tell us about the band that's going to play now.
Crimson Within, I can tell you a little bit about it. We met over this last year. We met Janice Patterson, the lead singer, and kind of worked a kinship and started talking. Got her information. She sang with Ricky Van Shelton, I think it was, for like 16 years.
Wow.
And they had something going in Iowa, and they got moved here and got it going again. So we're glad to have them. They've got something special to share. So
Okay.
we're glad to have them with us.
We're going to turn it over to them and just let them take over. And if you'll just introduce what you're going to sing today for us.
I'm going to sing, it's a cover song, it's called Know Your Taste of Poison by Hester.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Drink the wine, my darling, you said. Take your time and consume all of it, but the roses were only to drain my inspiration. The promises were spoiled before they left your lips, and I breathe you in again, just to feel you underneath my skin, holding on to the swinging escape is always laced with a familiar taste of poison.
I tell myself that you're no good for me. I wish you well, but desire never leaves. Now I could fight this to the end, but maybe I don't want to win. I breathe you in again, just to feel you underneath my skin, holding on to the sweet escape is always laced with a familiar taste of poison. I don't wanna be saved, I don't wanna be sober.